All right, welcome to Brawl Till We Fall. And I got my brothers here. We got Big Daddy Cool, Hennessy Love, and Meek Mall Law. He's in the building. If you don't know who Meek is, you got to check out the Razzling World over there and in the clubhouse. If you got Apple, or actually now they got it on every platform, so you can check him out even if you have a Galaxy phone like me. All right, so we're gonna get started. Um, we're gonna first start. We had did our pre and I checked all the sound and got all of that together. So now we're gonna talk about the news of what's going on with the bloodline. What's going on? Where do you think this is going, fellas?
They don't even know. But I like it. I like it. I'll say this. The bloodline needed a new direction. They needed to get harder and nastier. And I think that's where they headed. Now, I think at this point, they just throwing the stone at the wind and seeing where it lands. And so far, it's landing good. Now, I will tell you, pulling people out the woodwork that we ain't never heard of before is good and bad, but I love it. They're acknowledging it. I heard Jimmy, was it Jimmy or Jay? They look alike. Who can tell? Anyway, I heard one of them say, oh, we pulling family members out the woodwork? I told my brother come with me. Oh, man. Yeah, I said it. But that's what it said. Now we got these people coming out of nowhere. And he a little rough. Did you see what happened to poor Kevin? He looked like he got hit by a car. Oh, yeah, he did.
All
That
right.
boy was bloody and messed up. Here's the thing, though. Even though, what's the new boy named Tonga with the hair? God bless you. Even though he looked crazy, he ain't as bad as you think. I think he got some real good moves that he needs to show. But for some reason, my spirit tell me he's just as limited as Solo. Solo's
Wow.
great, but Solo, he's limited. He need to get there. I'm still waiting for another family member that's going to take him to the top. I think another family member going to show up that's going to make us say, oh, shoot, for real? Just saying.
Well, I beg to differ on you, my brother. Tama Tonga is very well known in other wrestling organizations. And he does have the microphone skills to back it up if they let him get on the microphone. Now he does have another cousin that's also just signed to WWE that's way bigger than both of them. That is going to change the game. Rumor has it. So waiting for that shoe to drop soon. It probably happened after or during the draft. Um, but right now we see Paul Heyman has no control over the two guys that are there. When this third one shows up, I don't know what's gonna happen to Paul. He might have to take a break along with Roman. But what you got, me?
Basically, I feel like at this point, where everybody already feels and sees the whole Rock versus Roman thing coming, and they feel like it's going to be Rock's side of the family versus Roman's side of the family. Jimmy just got kicked out, so obviously there's going to be some reconciliation between him and Jay at some point. We'll see, especially if the draft puts them both on the same show. Um, for the other most part, I think it's cool they're bringing out people from the woodwork, especially if like that other Uso Jacob Fatu comes over, because yes, Tamo Tonga is really awesome with a lot of stuff he could do. He's like okay, basically if you go on the street, you walking up the street and you see this guy and you're like, oh, I'm scared of him and I want to turn across the street and then walk past him. That's Solo. If you see Tamo Tonga when you come up the street, you run. You run, go back, you run. so so those two characters is good together, but
Yep.
to some degree, I see what he means by the limited ability. If Jacob Fatu joins them, he's a weird case of a guy who could do anything. He's like he's a high flyer. He's super strong. He don't look like he should be a high flyer as well.
Right.
And
Right.
he's also very skilled. So it's not just strength and high flying ability and speed. He also got skill. So that's gonna make the three of them super scary at a certain point. And they don't have, well, at least for the showing like right now, they don't have Roman Reigns. That's going to be the conflict. They don't have Roman Reigns concept in his head where he's like, let me in. I'm going to force you to want me to be in your life. They breaking down the doors and coming to your house themselves now.
Yeah, there's no leadership. And without leadership, as I said, even with damage control, there's chaos and mayhem. And Paul can't lead a group of people that cannot be led. What you got, Sal?
Hey, listen, I co-signed everything everybody said just now. There's nothing left, bro. Hey, the bloodline is gangster right now. It's gangster right now. So Jacob Fatu, I can't wait for him to join the bloodline. I don't know too much about Tonga though. I never really watched what he did. I don't really know much about him, but I guess you guys know a lot about him, so I guess he's somebody to watch out for.
Yeah.
Do you remember Nikita Koloff from back in the day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, take Nikita Koloff, put him on crack. You got time. Once again, though, just like Nikita, the problem was when he got angry, he got out of control, and that's when he would mess up. And it's the same thing with this dude. This dude loses control real quick, and that's where he messes up. Now, what I am hearing is something that I think I'm liking. My mind keeps saying, are we going to see old bloodline versus new bloodline? Is this where we're headed? Roman Reigns coming back, hooking up with the Usos and all them versus Solo and the rest of the family, the two sides of the family. Is this where the bloodline story gonna end? With The Rock being at the head of the table because, hey, he owned everybody? If you smell what I'm talking.
Well, I'm going to say this. It is a lot of hints that's leading to that because if you think about it, something that was said when Jimmy was getting checked out after they beat the hell out of him last week, that was when they were standing outside and Paul Heyman was standing out there and it said doesn't look good. And that's when Solo and his cousin showed up. And they said, and I think if I'm not mistaken, one of them said that the tribal chief ordered this, which is impossible for Roman Reigns to have ordered it because he broke Paul Heyman's phone in the ring. So who was the tribal chief that ordered this? So I'm looking at it, and then I'm thinking about the old NWO storyline. They never told you who their leader was. And then we found out it was Hulk Hogan. So it's leading into that. Now, the problem with this is this family is so big, it may not be the Rock. May not be Roman. Hell, as far as we know, it could be Rikishi. We don't know.
Maybe Big Booty Daddy on his way back. You never know.
Right. We don't know. And me and my brother Dre, we met with Rikishi and we went to take a picture. And the first thing he did was this. He put his ones up.
Well, yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. But now, on another flip side, let's move on because we could talk about the bloodline all night, but we're not. All right. So we were talking about earlier before we went live is Jinder Mahal, Veer and Sangha, Xia Li, and Zion Quinn all got released. What is your opinions on that? Now, I already know your opinion, Hennessy Love, but...
Well, choose a name, Jack.
Hennessy, Big Daddy Cool Love.
There you go. That worked for me.
All right. So what you got there, Meek?
Oh, okay. For me, I knew that, like, I heard some releases coming up, right? So I didn't know exactly when. I was surprised about maybe Quinn more than anybody else with the new owners taking over for WWE being Saudi more related. I was wondering if that was going to happen for the Jinder Mahal and Singa and Veer, and then they've been being squashed and barely shown every time they showed up. So almost for them and Xia Li, I kind of felt, eh, they 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 kind of getting they kind of got called up to the main roster and they're still not being used. I almost thought that Cameron Grimes is going to be one of them too, because like he just shows up to get squashed.
He could be
Um,
next.
yeah. So, but I was surprised about Zion Quinn because he at least kind of had the energy and the look that I think WWE would have thought would have been one of their next guys in the future, at least not now, but they would be. They didn't call him up or anything yet, so I figured, oh, maybe they would let him season in NXT, and then they're gonna call him up one time. But I felt like it's gonna be far in the future, maybe 4 years, 6 years, or something. And I thought he'd probably maybe be one of the people to take over after these people that they kind of got fully ready to go up to the main roster goes up.
Right.
So
right.
now I'm just confused. But yeah, everybody else, I feel like, yeah, I kind of saw it coming.
Right. Sal, what you got?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I was messing with my background. So, yeah,
Okay.
what was the question?
Okay. Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Sangha, Xia Li, and Zion Quinn got released. What's your feelings about that?
Good riddance.
Good
Good
riddance.
riddance.
Wow.
Good
That
riddance,
was
man. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, I'm like, they're not. There's a lot of superstars in the card right now. On the roster. I don't see where to put them. I mean, especially Zion Lee, whatever. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, it's crazy.
and you know what? And in a sense, I agree. I really think that AEW need all of these stars, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they do.
I
Yeah.
already heard that Tony already started talking to Jinder Mahal already. So he's waiting
Mm,
for him. Xia Li is definitely an asset to AEW when it comes to the women because they don't have a lot of women over
yeah.
there that are wrestling. But Zion Quinn, now he would be an asset too. I don't know. But with Veer and they would have to develop a nice storyline with Veer and Songa. Maybe throw them in there, maybe reverse whatever happens with the championship match tonight at AEW. If Swerve gets the belt, you know, maybe, something like that. Where, it's in crew because he's a baby face right now. So no matter how bad he wants to be, he's a baby face. So now if it flips over and say, his crew turn on him, that would be a good idea to bring in Jinder Mahal and the crew. So that's just my answer. That my predictions on that. All right, let's move on. Now let's get into the predictions for the WWE draft. All right. So far, I'm seeing a whole lot of NXT on the main roster. We already know that Carmelo Hayes was one of them. Roxanne Perez. And then we have already Ron Breaker's already over there. Who do y'all see from NXT jumping to the main roster besides them? Let's start with Big Daddy Cool.
Really? Dragonoff. Dragonoff's coming over. It's time. I think Swerve. What am I looking at? Lord have mercy.
No, you're on the wrong one. You're wrong page, bro.
Wrong one. Sorry. Not Swerve. You want to know why? Because I get Swerve and Trick. They're so similar to me.
They are. You're right.
Like for me, in my world, the perfect tag team is those two together.
Yeah, that would have been.
That would be the perfect. The styles are. So forgive me for that. But no, honestly, I think Dragonoff is ready to come over. I really believe he's going to. Honestly, That's really all I can see. The rest of them niggas stay there.
All right.
I really do, because I think a lot of them still need, as far as just me personally, they still need just a little bit of development, just a little bit more.
Meek, what you got?
See what he mean. One thing I think that they could switch over is like Roman Reigns to Raw, and switching over basically the whole Judgment Day over to SmackDown.
That's my
part
prediction. You done
Oh.
jumped into my predictions now. Because I see it every year. They do that. They flop the championships. They switch one from the other brand to the other brand. And honestly, I think Cody Rhodes is better on Raw than he is SmackDown. And since he won't leave Raw alone, because every week he's been on there since he got the belt, they might as well just keep him over there.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I also feel like Judgment Day is better over there too. I halfway feel like the tag titles should switch places too.
I don't
mid-card titles will stay the same.
I don't see. I want to say. Let's move on. Sal, go ahead. Now I'll get my thought together, because I was going to say something.
As far as NXT, I agree with Kenny, man. Everybody else, I don't know, man. I don't know what nobody's ready yet. I'm not excited to see anybody from NXT step up at this time.
I agree.
I'm not excited about it at all. Gunther, I think he should go to SmackDown. Gunther. I think that'll be a good look for SmackDown. What do you think about that?
That's a good idea. I didn't even think that far to Gunther. I was going to say that I don't think that Awesome Truth was going to be tag team champions for very long. And whoever gets those titles off of them, which I don't know. I mean, I look at what they're facing. Those guys, honestly, I think anybody can be Awesome Truth at this moment.
No. I think.
I don't think that they're going to keep it. I think that was just something to do to boost R-Truth's morality and keep them there, whatever, and just to say, okay, thank you for your comedy, for being there for so long. Give them a title run, but not a long title run, just a title run. That, I think he made. Well, they never move him from Raw. When the last time you seen R-Truth on SmackDown?
24/7 championship.
That
gave it to
in a minute, and they need to bring that back. But
really, do we really want to do another 24? Do we really want another 50-time champion?
But still, I mean, what you gonna do with Miz? Miz can't really. They put him on SmackDown before, and it didn't work out so much.
Miz and Truth are kind of like, to me, a refresher to those titles. It's like they said, like the Miz said, these are brand new titles that they received, so let's put our stamp on them. Anybody who gets them after that is just going to take it to the next level. Miz and Truth makes perfect sense. New titles, new champions, start from the beginning. I agree. I love them to death. Know them both personally. However, are they going to hold on to those belts for a long period of time? No. I'm sorry you won't, because after a while, even if you do, and I go to the next match, I'll be like it was before, where the audience was saying, please, Big Daddy Cool, please go down there to that ring. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Please go down to that ring and end it all. Just end it all for me. Because they ain't doing it, because they know what Big Daddy Cool was willing to do. But really, Big Daddy Cool wasn't willing to jump from that high up. And by the time I got down to the ring, they were done. But if I was closer to the ring, I would have ended it like it was supposed to, because the audience say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. The audience was screaming, Big Daddy Cool, go down to that ring and do what you do. Anyway.
One thing
I don't think they'll hold on to him for long. And that's a good thing, because that just means whoever gets them next will upgrade it. But I think those belts need a little sunshine. The Judgment Day has held on to those belts way too long, put a lot of darkness on them. Now it's time to put some sunlight on them. Let's get a little comedy in there. Let's get a little fun in there. Let's get a little action in there. Let's see what the
think DIY might take them. But
well, that was my original pick. That was my original pick.
Yeah. You think they're gonna take him right away though? You think they're gonna take him right away?
I don't see it, especially after the way that he said. Well, I mean, it was comedy, but on the other end of it, you know how bosses are. And Triple H was in that ring, and he called him a magician. He called him everything but who he was, joking or no joking. You know how bosses are. They won't say nothing, but they'll leave and go back and say, all right, you know what? Let's fire that guy, or let's move him and let's take the belts away. Let's see how funny that is. You know how bosses are.
Well, I mean, if that's what we're saying, then we got to talk about Grayson Waller.
Yes.
Because they were a lot worse. Like if we're going to talk about who's going to lose their championships the quickest, it's going to be them two. Those four. I believe Truth and Miz will hold on to it at least through Backlash.
Longer than they
will. Those other fools, they may have lost them walking out the door.
True.
I mean, very Elders was right. Elders was getting ready to take off his tight ass jacket and whoop that. If you ever embarrass me, I mean, he almost got like grits and chicken like my mom, like my daddy used to do. If you ever disrespect my boss again, I will whoop you. You know what he was gonna say? Yeah, that's a big dude. I ain't gonna mess with that dude. If you ever seen that cat wrestle, you don't want to mess with him. People
estimate him. He is an actual wrestler. He knows.
Yes, he
is. And he came here leaving the championship in NWA.
Yes,
he is the champion.
When they brought him over, I was so hoping. But when they put the suit on him, I said, damn, I do believe at some point he coming out that suit, though. I do believe. I would love to see a GM fight. Bring them both out.
Right.
All right, we ain't going there, though. That's another show.
But back to what Sal said about Gunther. What a great match I want to see if they do, before they trade Gunther, if they do. And I really don't want Sheamus back on SmackDown because he didn't do too good over there. But if they leave Gunther on Raw, I would like to see that match, Gunther versus Sheamus. That, I think, would be a great, awesome power match. Now, is Sheamus ready for it? Just coming back from an injury? Not really. But I would like to see
He's ready for them biscuits and gravy, though. I see that. Oh, I'm sorry.
You see how big he got? Yeah, he looked like the old Sheamus. The old Sheamus. I mean,
let's say this. Before we get ready to get on him, because I got some words. Sorry, Sheamus. But I will say this. Sheamus did not think he was coming back. Sheamus thought after that last injury, it was over. And to get the opportunity to come back, even though he realized he wasn't wrestling ready, he said, I am not turning this down. So I commend him for bringing all 1,200 pounds of biscuits and cheese back to the ring.
Because he gained a lot.
This will be a wonderful recovery story, because I'm quite sure as he go along, he's going to be putting out some videos on how to lose the belly fat. Because he's going to lose that belly fat, and then he's going to probably get one more championship run, and then he's going to go over to AEW is what I'm thinking. But, I mean, that's lifestyle of wrestling. You never know when they're going to say, hey, put down the biscuits and cheese, bring your butt back. I mean, were them shorts tight or what? Lord have mercy, Sheamus. Lord. Okay, I ain't going to talk because I got some biscuits and cheese over here. Y'all don't see it.
Crazy as hell. What'd you think,
Sheamus? That's my man, though. But Lord have mercy. Boy.
Oh. You mean about Sheamus?
Yeah, about Sheamus versus Gunther
AEW.
or
I'm sorry.
The next, I think I do want to see Gunther going for the title mostly. Maybe he can just go for a bit of a rampage, couple of matches and stuff. Um, would you want to see him go for the U.S. title?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. Damian Priest, you know, the WWE is built on exposure and hype. And they always try to cater to the audience. And right now, Jay Uso is the big popping thing. So it wouldn't put it past that two things may happen. Jay Uso, even though McIntyre, he hates Jay Uso, but he right now hates Damian Priest for taking his belt away from him too. And he really going after CM Punk. It wouldn't put it past me that if Drew come out there and cause Damian to lose that belt to Jey Uso. Now, Jey Uso versus Gunther, Gunther's going to win, and he's going to get that belt real easily. And that's just the way I look at it. So I'm looking at a future storyline of what could happen or might go down. But Gunther might get that opportunity faster than you think. So,
Yeah,
what y'all think about that?
yeah. If Damian Priest faces Gunther, I don't think that's even a match fully. Um, the Damian Priest is good and he is pretty strong, but when someone is kind of his size already, if they have way more skill to him, to just a little bit more skill to him, they tend to win. So I don't think he'd win that match. And maybe the reason he'd win that match only is if he gets some distractions in from the rest of the Judgment Day, but that literally be the only reason.
Well, that's what I said. Gunther's going to get that belt
Then
easy
yeah, then you
because
mentioned
Gunther
Drew
has a crew.
McIntyre.
Don't forget about Imperium.
Yeah,
They'll take out Judgment Day, especially now that Mommy's not there. She's out. And come on now, Dominic ain't no match. He only really got two. So that's an easy one. So, what you think?
Yeah, I think it's more competition too on SmackDown. You got Bobby Lashley, you got, I mean, Solo Sikoa with Gunther. I mean, there's a lot of challenges that Gunther could have on SmackDown. That's more entertaining. I think he wiped out did he wipe out the Raw roster? As far as
Yeah,
competition?
actually, for as far as the big dudes, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think does he ever face Damian Priest?
I don't know.
So that's the only person he has not faced. So, but if he's
Mhm.
going for the belt, and like Meek said, if they move Judgment Day to SmackDown and then take Gunther over there too, then that may be the belt he can go after. But he have to wipe out most of SmackDown. Bobby Lashley is not an easy opponent. They're also trying to push Braun Breaker, who beat Gunther. Let's not forget in NXT.
But,
yeah.
So you got to look at that as a factor too. It would be silly of them to bring him over there to beat Braun Breaker, all of a sudden beat Braun Breaker like, it ain't nothing when he destroyed him over in NXT. So even though that was a Gunther that was as heavy as Sheamus is now with the stomach and looked like a pregnant dolphin, but still now we are a new Gunther. He's a little bit more solid. So it may not be the same match, but Braun Breaker got a little bit more skill in certain areas. It's almost like it's a even matchup because Gunther is more technical,
yeah.
whereas Braun is more physical and more I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but he is
Explosive.
going to hit you with stuff. Yeah, that's explosive. Like he's going to hit you with some stuff that you don't see coming, which is what won him in NXT. He hit Gunther with with the spear. He ain't see that one coming. He thought he had him down with all the chops, but took him out. So you're right. You're right, Sal. He has a lot more competition over there in SmackDown, especially if they don't move the bloodline. Now you got to worry about getting attacked by them dudes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
a lot of competition
that's
over
one
there.
last thing.
That-
Sheamus already uploaded a video of him on Instagram doing his exercise montage, his Rocky montage. He's going around
He heard us
the,
talking about him, is what it was.
the heavy bags and stuff and everything. So don't
He
worry
put the
about this waiting
biscuits
too
down.
long.
Let me say this, if it's all right, just to chime in. I think ultimately what we're going to see, I know what I would love to see, is a three-way dance between Uso, Damien, and Gunther. And I think with that three-way dance, that would allow Gunther to actually win the championship. I love Braun, but I think Braun right now, his focus, or at least where they're going to put him, because he's just getting to the main roster. And even though he's proven himself crazy on NXT, he's not ready for the #1 Granddaddy Championship of them all. However, would he be a great U.S. champion? Hell yeah, for right now. Heavyweight champion, definitely in his future. World champion in his future. Right now, though, at least for the first year, at least up till WrestleMania, he needs to concentrate on the mid-grade championships right now. Right now, I think it's Gunther's time. I don't believe Damian Priest can hold that championship but so long. I do believe Gunther. I think it would be awesome for Gunther to take it from Damian, but the only way that's going to happen is if Jimmy or whichever. So I told you I get them confused. I only know them, but well, I ain't gonna say it because they beat me up last time I talked about their wives. Anyway, I'm just gonna say I only know them depending on who they dating. But anyway, no, but seriously, I think that he ready for a championship run? Not yet. I think he gets the crowd there, but really, if we put the #1 championship on the Uso, how long do you think he's gonna hold on to that before somebody come and get him? So I would rather see it on Gunther and then check this out. Let's see him Punk take it from Gunther at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's another thing. Where you think CM Punk is going to end up in this whole draft?
He gonna get that belt. He gonna get it at WrestleMania. I really believe he's gonna get it. Now I
Make him win a whole year.
From Drew. I think it's gonna be from somebody else.
But he gonna kick know.
Excuse me, I know I ain't supposed to say. Drew he got a butt whooping coming. But I love the mind games right now. I'm loving the mind games. Loving it.
All right, so now let's talk about the ladies so far. Okay. Do y'all think that they're going to?
The ladies?
Because so Damage Control. You think they're going to stay on SmackDown?
I think it's time for them to break apart, but I do believe they're going to stay on SmackDown for right now, at least until those belts come over to my superpower girls, Thunder and Lightning over there. But
they were sizing them up on Friday.
Exactly. So we know that's where it's headed. But like I said, for right now, I think that's where they'll stay. I really believe Damage Control needs to break up and do their own thing. Can we talk about though the Dakota outfit just one more time? The Dakota wrestling draw lingerie. Oh my goodness! Welcome back to the ring. That black number that she had. Can we talk about it just one more time, Dakota? Hello. I wish you got that leg kick out. I really do, Lord. Anyway, I'm sorry, but yeah, they need to break up Damage Control. But like I said earlier, if Damage Control was to stay together, to me, it would only be perfect if you added Xia Li to them and kicked Dakota out and put Dakota with Becky again. I mean, Bailey, sorry. Sorry, Becky. Sorry, Becky. Becky, I'm sorry, Becky. I'm sorry. There's a Becky. Never mind. Keep going.
All right. So, so y'all think they're going to break up damage control. All right. Now, what about the? Wait a minute. I just thought about something. There's only one set of champions. Am I correct? Female.
Yes, they've kept
Yeah.
it that way for quite some time.
So
Remember
do you
that.
think
Remember
they're
originally
going to
that one set of
separate
champions
those? Since,
represented
since Triple H
WWE
giving out
and
belts, or do you think they're going to separate those titles and give Raw its own champions?
nope, not yet.
No.
I don't think the
Oh,
women's roster is big enough.
Um,
They're still trading them around too tight.
okay.
yeah, I think there might be a tournament for Rhea Ripley's title, but I wouldn't be able to guess who's going to take over for that.
Yeah, because if you really think of
Also,
one of the reasons, remember Sasha Banks and Naomi, one of the real reasons why they gave those belts up and walked away in the first place is because those belts don't see competition. Remember, before the Kabuki Warriors, who had the belts, and how long did they have how many matches did they have? Two. Come on. So the women's championship belts need more airtime, more play, more game, more focus before we can start trying to split them up. And right now it's not there. I do see where they're trying to do it. I believe once you strap those belts around Bianca and Jade, then you're going to get a bigger focus. I like maybe, and this is what I thought when they brought was it Royal Rumble, the TNA Women's Champion over. I'm like, maybe they're introducing the idea of starting to open up that women's championship, maybe joining other, not joining, but having partnerships with other. I don't know. That might be something that they're looking for, and they're trying. Triple H, he thinks outside the box. So I do believe that maybe they're going to expand it. Will it happen anytime soon? Probably not. They need more women on the roster. But you know how they do. If you're going to give me women on the roster, they got to be banged.
all right. Quickly, because I got to move on. Time is running out. What
Yeah.
do you think, or who do you think, I should say, is going to run, or should say, be the interim champion, female champion for the belt now that mommy's on the shelf?
Ooh, who would be?
Liv Morgan.
You got Liv Morgan. Okay. Go ahead, Meek.
Liv Morgan like the person that's like closest to being in the best spot, but I really would want it to be somebody else. But I'm thinking Liv Morgan too. And even going, I wish I go back to Damage Control. If Damage Control lose, I kind of feel like they should disappear for a little bit, because if they're not going to bring their aggression up to like Bloodline levels a little bit, not even all the way, Bloodline levels, their threat is not actually there. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with his Liv Morgan too for now until I really come up with a better idea for that one.
Big Daddy Cool, what you got?
Oh, definitely Liv Morgan. I don't think that Rhea's going to be out but so long. So now it's time for Liv. Liv's already proven she can handle it. Liv's already proven outside the shadow of a doubt she can hold that belt for a while. And she needs to run around with it for a little while and then let mommy come back and do what she said she go. Could you imagine Liv holding on to that belt and just making it part of her life? And then mommy comes out of nowhere to come back and take what's hers. Come on now. Come on now. Come
I
on
have
now.
a whole nother scenario.
I got one. Okay.
Go ahead.
I got one. It's Shayna Baszler. If she, that could be a
That's
small
wishful
cue for
thinking.
Morgan.
Wishful.
Did he say, hold on?
Exactly. Here's the thing with Shayna Baszler. I'm gonna say this before I give you my pick. Shayna Baszler had her chance. She had her chance to run, and she was doing her thing. But Shayna Baszler's chances are over. She is now just a very angry, strong jobber. That's what she is.
No.
I think now's the
That's
time for
it.
Shayna to go
Yeah.
over to EW and be who she wants to be.
Yeah,
Especially
she
since
needs to
Ruby's
go
on her way
to
out because
UFC
she's pregnant.
somewhere. She's not getting no belts. All right,
No.
moving on. I think that Nia Jax might get it. Reason being because I think that in this draft that she may move to SmackDown, and by her moving to SmackDown will give her opportunity because I don't think they're going to move. They never really moved newcomers. Jade Cargo's new. So she may stay on SmackDown, and that may be leading up to a match with Jade Cargo, Nia Jax feud. That would be more Jade Speed anyway, because ain't nobody else in these rosters gonna really do anything to her until it's time for her to face off with the EST. But they might try to push the tag team thing, and that's what they're going at with the EST. Well, you know how they do. They did it with Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. EST, they become champions, they friends, and then all of a sudden something happened. She looked at her man, whatever the case may be, a fight break out, and then it's a WrestleMania match for next year. But I do think that they're going to give Nia Jax a championship run until Rhea Ripley returns. I definitely don't think that Liv Morgan can beat. Yeah, I don't even think it would be believable if she beat Nia Jax. I don't think it's believable. So I don't see that.
Can I say this though? You just throw something in my head real quick, and I love Nia Jax, but if you notice Nia Jax, she's like a gust of wind. She comes, she blows through, and then she gone again. And we haven't seen Nia in a small minute. But who's to say that we can't have a return of the Becky 2-belt, Sasha 2-belt situation and do it successfully this time? Who's to say we can't have Bianca and Jade hold the tag team champions and then individually hold the world tag team champions on both sides like they tried before, and then have the biggest WrestleMania match when the two sides collide? It's possible. They tried it. They tried it. And it didn't work last time, but it may work this time. I'm just saying. They tried it with Sasha Banks and Naomi. They tried it before. It didn't necessarily work out. They tried it with Becky with Becky and the 2 belts. I'm sorry, not Bayley and her 2 belts. Sorry, Bayley and Sasha, and it almost worked. But who say double champion? Why not?
All right. Lastly, but not leastly, do you think it's normal they do a swap between the Intercontinental Champion and the U.S. Championship? You think that Logan Paul will swap and go to Raw? And they said, my man over there, Andre, for Andre, the name that I shall not say, send him over to SmackDown.
Poor Andre. Wait. Andre ain't here, right?
No, he's not.
Yeah, shut up, buddy.
Man, he was about to slap 4 ice cream dudes for that match, man. Sami Zayn, boy, he about to jump down and beat everybody.
Yes, my man was so mad it was 30 below and he had to drink a slushie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
30 below, 14-degree wind temperature. I'm sitting there with hot chocolate. This nigga got a slushie. Yeah, I want to beat it. But anyway.
Polar bears was walking about what? Yeah, okay.
That's how hot he was that Sami Zayn won that belt.
Absolutely. And he was still sweating.
He was still sweating all the way to the car. But do y'all think that's going to be a swap? Do you think that Sammy's going to go to SmackDown again and they're going to bring Logan Paul over to Raw?
Nah, keep Sammy where he's at, man. Keep Sammy on Raw, bro. That's it. We don't need him on SmackDown. SmackDown is doing just fine without him.
What you think, Lee?
See, that's a conundrum for me because right now it feels like Sammy kind of represents what Raw was representing for the longest, and Logan actually does kind of represent what SmackDown represents for the longest, which is stories, more mainstream kind of idea a little bit. But with Raw going to Netflix, they might want Logan Paul a little bit more. So I'm still
Next
thinking
year?
about that one.
Next year?
Yeah.
Maybe next
Only
year. Yeah,
only thing I
it
can
does.
say
It does feel weird to switch him over right now.
because they might keep Logan where he's at because of Prime, because Prime is a sponsor, and I think it only sponsors SmackDown. I don't know if it sponsors Raw. However, knowing that the greed with the money, he may want to go to Raw and put Prime over there too. Let's spread the money. What you think, Big Daddy Cool?
I think that's perfect. Paul is all about business, and he's going to want Prime. If Raw is going over to Netflix, he's going to want his Prime brand there, which means he's going to be there. Wherever Prime is, he is. I'd love to kick his butt on any show. Come get this one if you're really about something. Okay? But either there or nor here, there. I'm a Red Bull man myself. Hell with Prime. Hell with Paul. Hell with Hall.
Well, since you are, you
Somebody
might
said
well,
that Prime drink wasn't that good. Somebody said
That Prime drink was crack.
it is garbage, and not only that, I've read that it's unhealthy for you, so don't be messing with the Prime. I'm gonna give y'all each a chance to close out on your predictions or anything that come to mind of what you think is going to happen at the draft. I'm gonna start down from the bottom because I know Hennessy's gonna close out the show. All right, let's start. Let's start with Sal. What you got?
You know, I mean, NXT, like I said, I don't think nobody's ready. But knowing them, they're going to bring some people up that we probably don't want to come up.
Gotcha.
Look for that. Some crappy NXT drafts to the main roster. Like I said, I think Gunther's going to go to SmackDown. And yeah, I think when you said Jade Cargill, she just got to SmackDown, so I don't think nothing's going to happen with her. I think she's going to stay where she's at. But yeah, let's see what happens.
All right, let's go, Meek.
Yeah, in a similar way, like I don't see certain people in NXT going up too quickly. Like I almost feel like y'all right about the Dragunov thing, but I almost don't feel like it's gonna happen in the draft because he's still holding the title. They have like Go who's holding the title before us in the past, but I don't know. And everybody else, they seem like they're still in the middle of a storyline too much to be getting called up fast. When it comes to some of the other draft things, I also kind of felt like, at least I'm predicting that Gable is going to get drafted away from the Alpha Academy.
That's a good one.
That storyline that they got going on, if he does get drafted, it has to be anywhere where Sami Zayn is because of that incident that just happened on Monday. So
either that
storyline
or the Alpha Academy is going to get drafted away. And he's going to create a whole new heel group. And that's going to be the reason why he didn't go back to his friends. That's what at least that's what I'm thinking. Other than that, I'm in the blank space. I'm happy that Sheamus is back. I see him going after the Intercontinental title, but not right now. Like, he's going to get back in shape a little bit more first. So yeah, those are my predictions right now.
Yeah, we didn't look too good. Hennessy Love, Big Daddy Cool, close us out. What you got?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the WWE for drafting Big Daddy Cool. I'm going to go ahead and take this speech right now. You wasn't no fool. You drafted Big Daddy Cool. You knew the rule. And for that, WWE will always be cool. Loving the Triple H era. Now, as far as the rest of you fools over there in the back in the locker room, not this locker room, that's my house. The locker room over there. We're going to have some trading going on. anything big, earth shattering, I really believe that the Judgment Day is actually going to be broken apart. I believe that damage control and lost control, and they're about to see the damage. I believe that we're going to have some good shakeups. I think we'll be more happy with the new people that we see showing up to the main roster. I wouldn't be surprised if some people got demoted to NXT. I do believe that Dragunov will be the only person to come up, or as far as I'm concerned, is the only person who deserves to come up with his little. I don't know what orchestra he got, but it's okay. I ain't gonna mess with him. The man crazy. Anyway, I think we're gonna have a good show. I think it'll be a wonderful draft. I'm not so sure if you're gonna see me coming down the aisle because Big Daddy got some things to do. I'm going to help Sheamus move back from the table and leave the biscuits and collard greens. That's my fault. We thought that he wasn't going back, so he came over to Big Daddy's house. We started tossing him back. We started having some steaks. We started having some fries. Next thing you know, he got a phone call and told me he was going out for a pack of cigarettes. I ain't seen him since. That's all I know. That's all I know. But I think this will be wonderful to look forward to. I look forward to the predictions. I know that I'm right. And even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
This has been Brawl Till We Fall, our predictions for WWE Draft. I will be remiss if I didn't mention that tonight, or I should say last week, because this is going to be aired on Thursday. That AEW's pay-per-view is going down, and we will be talking about the AEW Dynasty coming on next show. I want to thank my brothers, Tennessee Big Daddy Cool.
Oh, one thing, I don't mean to cut you, but real quick, congratulations to Cool Hand Ange.
Oh yeah,
Soho, on your announcement. Congratulations on the baby, everything. God bless you. Wish you the best.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what's up. And thank you to Sal, Meek. I'll see y'all in the other room in the clubhouse. But thank y'all for coming on, Brawl Till We Fall, and we'll be doing this again, hopefully every month during different events that may take place, whether it be a pay-per-view or something that's coming up. And I'd love to have y'all back on the show. Thank y'all again, and thank y'all for watching. And we out.